Okay, second graders, we are back. Hopefully, you just listened to the story, The Art Project. Now we are going to use our graphic organizer on page 236 to outline the problem, the steps to the solution, and the ultimate solution. Follow along with me. Here is the first page in the story. I'm going to reread this first page and think about what is the problem the class is having. Look, the community center is having an art contest, said Grace. She was holding a flyer. Mrs. Simon read the flyer aloud. Everyone agreed they would like to enter the art contest. Mrs. Simon said, "Our classroom supply of art materials is low because it's the end of the school year. I'll check with Mrs. Rice to see what she has." Mrs. Rice, the art teacher, didn't have any art materials. "I won't be getting a supply until next year," she said. The whole class was disappointed. "How can we enter the art contest without art materials?" asked Grace. Second graders, I am just going to zoom in on the section that I just read. What do you think is the problem the class is having right now? What is it that they want to do? Remember, the problem is something that the characters want to do or want to fix. What does the class want to do? Yes, they want to enter an art contest, but they don't have supplies. Their classroom supply of materials is low. The art teacher doesn't have any supplies. So they can't enter the art contest without materials. That is their problem. The class does not have art supplies to make a project for the art contest. So you can pause and write down your problem in a complete sentence and press play when you're ready. Okay, hopefully you are ready for the next step. Now we are going to look for the different steps the students or the class makes to solve their problem. So let's look back again at the first page. This time we're going to zoom into the bottom part of the page. We already learned the problem. So let's zoom in. Maybe we can raise some money. We could have a bake sale, suggested Hal. I don't think there's time, Mrs. Simon said. Let's use the paper in the recycling bin, Pablo said. Pablo did not often raise his hand. He rarely spoke up, so everyone was surprised when he offered an idea. Okay, second graders, let's stop and think. If the problem is they don't have materials to make an art project, Pablo is suggesting a way they could find supplies. He says to use the paper in the recycling bin. Reuse it. Does that sound like a step to solve their problem? Yes. He is trying to solve the problem of having no materials by using recyclable goods. So the first step in our solution is that Pablo suggests they use paper from the recycling. I would like you to number this sentence number 1 because there will be another step. Okay, after Pablo suggests using paper from the recycling, since they were out of paper and out of supplies, another student offers another idea. On the second page, I noticed that Grace said, "We can also use this old string and these wire hangers," added Grace. So this is Grace's dialogue. It's the word she's saying. She makes another suggestion to reuse some other materials like string and wire hangers. That is another step the class is taking to solve their problem of not having materials. They're using what they have around them as materials. So our second step to the solution is that Grace says to use old string and hangers. So press pause as you write down your second step. Okay, and now we are on to our solution. So they want to make a project for the art contest. So far, they have paper, string, and hangers. Second graders, can you remember what the class ends up making for the art contest? If you can't remember, I want you to go back and listen to the story one more time and pay close attention to what the class makes out of these materials. That will lead you to the solution. What was the solution the class came up with when they did not have supplies? They were able to use other materials from around the classroom or reusable items to make what? If you can find that answer, you will write it in for the solution. Did the class solve their problem? And how? After you finish writing in the solution, I want you to take a picture of page 236 and put it in the green box. If your camera is not working, you can type your responses into the final slide. Thanks for following along with me, second graders, and I will be checking your solutions later today. Have an awesome afternoon.